have another video of two New York police officials beating a black man for allegedly stealing a $3 slice of pizza. Now, this story centers around a man by the name of Thomas Jennings. He's 24 years old. And as you can see in the video that we're about to show you, this is the aftermath of the beating. As you're about to see in the video that we're going to show you, he is at a counter at a store, and the surveillance footage catches the police official approaching him, exchanging words with him. Unfortunately, we can't hear what's being said. And then he proceeds to beat Jennings. Even though Jennings is not fighting back, he surrendered from the very beginning. Take a quick look. So there it is. This is a video from the Daily News, New York. There's the cop, approaches him aggressively from the get-go. His hands are up. He's totally surrendering. And then out of nowhere, a second cop comes in and just starts hitting him in the head incessantly.
The second cop did not pause, man. There was not a question. There was not a command. He wasn't even given a chance to comply. And then once that guy punches him in the head, then the first cop's like, oh, great, let's take out the baton and start beating him.
So the cops are Lenny Lutchman and also Pierce Martinez.
Martinez is the second guy that came in. Lutchman was the first guy on the scene. And it appears on the tape that Jennings even puts his hands behind his back to help in the arrest, like in cuffing. Mm-hmm. Because look at what they did to him, right? The charge was robbery and resisting arrest. Okay, now, first of all, on that tape, we didn't see any robbery, right? Now, was there a robbery before? They claim, but these are the same guys who you just saw on tape, so take that with an enormous grain of salt, take it with a boulder of salt, that he had done an earlier robbery, and that's why they were concerned. Mm-hmm. Did they have the right guy? I don't know. They didn't bother questioning him, right? I don't know. It's a black guy at a pizza place. The other thing was a pizza place. Let's just go kick the shit out of him, right? So you'll excuse me if I don't believe their story, okay? We'll have to see if they have any evidence to that effect. But it doesn't matter. Even if that were to be the case, and I hate that every time they beat the hell out of somebody, there's an immediate character assassination, and we're immediately talking about whether the guy they beat is the bad guy or not, right?
Yeah.
But okay, even if you get granted them, that's not what you do. Is that what they teach you? Unfortunately, the answer is probably yes. Just beat the crap out of somebody and figure out if they're the right guy afterwards. How could Martinez have known if it was the right guy or not? He just came in swinging.
He didn't ask any questions at all. And so, look, I love that you made the point that he possibly did do something wrong prior to this happening. We don't know. There's no evidence of that. That's how the cops are painting this picture. But at the same time, let's say worst case scenario, he actually did commit that crime. You do not beat someone up as they're surrendering. They continued hitting him as his hands were behind his back and handcuffed. He is not a threat to you. He is complying. He is doing exactly what you want him to do. I don't know what makes them think that it's acceptable for them to just beat the shit out of someone and not face any consequences. But
they're officers. They're commanding officers who tell them to do that.
And they keep getting away with it.
And who never, ever punish them. And the prosecutors and the entire system that let them get away with it. And that is... You're telling me it's not standard protocol? Okay, great. I'd like to see those guys arrested. Is that going to happen? You know it's not going to happen.
No, it's even worse than that, though, because not only are they probably not going to face any consequences for what happened in that video, they straight out lied in the police report, okay? According to the police report, he was flailing his arms and resisting arrest. We all saw the video.
Up. So when we've done 1,000 stories here. We're like, oh, he was reaching. Reaching for what? Reaching for his waist. Now, in this case, he put his arms up immediately. You saw it on the tape. If you want, rewind and watch. He puts his arms up the whole time, right? Now, if you put your arms up, you're flailing your arms. There is no right answer. If you're a black guy in America and the cops come to talk to you, there's nothing you can do to not get your ass kicked, okay? I'm so sick of people who haven't lived through that perspective coming in and saying, why don't they just listen to the officers? If they just listen to the officers, there wouldn't be an issue. You mean like what? Putting your hands up? No, doesn't matter. Flailing his arms, let's kick the shit out of him. How could he have listened to Martinez? Martinez didn't ask him a single thing, didn't command him to do a single thing. He just came in and kicked his ass. That's it, period. Right guy, wrong guy, listened, didn't listen, doesn't matter.
And look, when there is a huge amount of distrust between people and police officers, it's because of situations like this, right? So when cops do approach people and people are not compliant, A lot of it has to do with the fact that they feel extremely uncomfortable and threatened by those cops. You see these stories time and time again. I mean, it's incredible because the NYPD has been catching a lot of flack for the way that they've been treating people. And even knowing that they've been getting that flack, you still have police officials in the same area doing the same thing over and over and over again. They don't care about the media criticism. They don't care about the protests that have happened throughout the country. They know they're not going to face any consequences, so they'll continue brutalizing people like this, and it's disgusting.
Okay, and you remember what the robbery is about, okay? In this particular case, at this store, it was over a $3 slice of pizza. You think somebody should get beaten like that? Have you ever had a young kid take something from a store? Because they're a kid, right? Mm-hmm. No, this guy's not a kid. He's a grown man. I get it, right? Would it be okay if we took a young kid or a grown man, $3 slice of pizza? You're supposed to beat somebody like this? Okay. All right, by the way, my favorite out of all this, and this is a weird way of putting it, but is resisting arrest. They charged him with resisting arrest. They held him without bail for a week because he's so dangerous. What part of this was resisting arrest? There is nothing you could do in the middle of an arrest where they wouldn't. I just saw it. Didn't you just see it? He put his arm behind him, like to help him handcuff him as they're beating the living crap out of him.
With batons.
If that's resisting arrest, then every time you get arrested by cops, by definition, you're resisting arrest. There's no winning. There's no winning. And then how is the black community in New York, who suffered through stop and frisk and all the discrimination, how are they not supposed to get frustrated? Eric Garner getting choked and killed by the cops for selling loose cigarettes, this over a $3 slice of pizza, and cops telling you, yeah, I mean, we stop black people, Latinos. Are they stopping on White Wall Street guys? Fuck no, they're not. You know they're not. We know it. It's in the statistics. They don't. They don't, right? Guilty until proven innocent, but you only get to be proven innocent after we beat the shit out of you and we arrested you and we held you in prison for a week and then we put a record on you and the next time you try to get a job, it's harder and you go through this cycle over and over and over again. And then people are surprised when black Americans are frustrated and they protest in the streets. And Fox News and a lot of, unfortunately, white Americans are shocked and chagrined. Well, just for a second, put yourself in their shoes and see how you'd like it. I mean, are you kidding me? The right-wing T-Patriot guys with the "don't tread on me," they'd go mental. And they wouldn't go like that. They'd bring out a gun. I know because they did it. Cliven Bundy's ranch. There's another guy we didn't even cover in the news because there's so many of these stories earlier this week who said, oh, man, I'm gonna take out my guns if the cops come anywhere near me. But he's white, so it's okay. They didn't go bust and crack his head, right? So the disparity is deeply frustrating. If you can't see that, you don't want to see it.